Alright, so welcome to another Camaro restoration, and in this video I'm going to get filthy because I'm going to tackle that firewall, and I also want to clean underneath the car and wire wheeling underneath the car. I can guarantee you I'm going to be covered in black grease and dirt and debris 43 years worth underneath that car. Now I'll tell you, it's not bad. It's pretty clean under there, and the firewall is pretty clean too, but both of them need some attention, and my plan is to clean the underneath of the car, wire wheel that down, and then paint the underneath of the car with some kind of, I don't know, like undercoating, rubberized undercoating, and then I want to paint the firewall with the ep18 gloss black so it matches the subframe. So that's the plan, and that's kind of to me, a big milestone in this build is to get that subframe reinstalled, and then I can put the front suspension, all the new components I bought, which I'll show you in an upcoming video. All those new components can go back in, and then I can say that the front end of the car is complete. Milestone 1 checked off the box. So lots of work to do still, and this is going to be, like I said, a dirty, filthy job. But let's get into it. I'm excited to get it done, and I'm excited to see that subframe go back in. All right, so work has started on the firewall, and I've just been kind of playing around with the wire wheel, getting this stuff a little bit clean. You can see I cleaned off the heater box, the windshield washer, or the windshield wiper motor, and I've just about got that booster off. I've just got to get it off from the inside where it attaches to the brake pedal. I'm going to go ahead and take my steering column out because that was an unexpected little patch of rust there, and that's on the plate that holds the steering column on, so I'll take that off and paint it, and then I'll just continue the cleanup. So there's my brakes. I took the master cylinder off, and what a mess. All right, so here's my progress so far. I've got most of this side wire wheel down. I still have to get under there. I haven't done much on the bottom yet. And then you can kind of see where I'm at. I'm about right there, but I did get the booster off. The steering column, went ahead and pulled that out, and I got the main wiring harness undone, just to kind of clear the firewall off to give me better access to clean that stuff. I've got what I think is a speedometer cable down there, right there. I got to take that off and probably push that back through that hole, and then I'll have clean access to get this part cleaned off, which isn't that bad. This part was bad, and it made quite a mess. You can see the mess, just because it had like a gasket around the heater box there, or some kind of seam sealer or something around there. Alright, so I think I got this thing at a place where I'm happy with it, and I'm going to tell you fellas, a couple hours easy of wire wheeling. Not fun, but it looks pretty good. I've still got a lot of cleaning to do at this point. I'm going to blow out those where the body mounts are with air, and I've got to start wiping this thing down with some ep18 metal prep and get it ready for paint. But man, what a job. And there's still areas, I'm looking at it now with the light, and there's still areas that, yeah, I should probably hit that again, and I will, but for the most part it's done, and I'm going to hit it with, like I said, the metal prep, start cleaning it off, degreasing it, and hopefully get a coat of paint on it. Alright, so here's the firewall all prepped with metal prep, the ep18 metal prep. It's this stuff right here, and great stuff, rust remover, pre-primer. I've talked about it in some of my other videos. I used it on my subframe, and I've used it on my Jeep extensively, and really, really helps prep the metal so the paint will adhere to it. So there it is. It's pretty clean. It's not 100% perfect, but I'm going to let this metal prep dry, and then I'm going to get some, I'm going to go ahead and paint this thing. It's going to look great. Alright, so check this out. There's the completed painted firewall, and I think it looks great. I will tell you that as you can see, the gloss black sure does show kind of every imperfection, and I've got a lot of, well, you can't really feel that, but a lot of ripples there, and then of course, you know, where they punch it down to make that tunnel there. But overall, I think it looks really good, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Alright, so the next big obstacle here is cleaning underneath this car, and you can see just by looking around that it's pretty clean. I mean, I'm really happy with how clean it is under here, but there is some stuff, and it is going to take a while to get this cleaned up, and my goal is to get about halfway down, kind of where that emergency brake cable goes, and that's the shifter housing, just laying on that. But I want to get about halfway down, and then I want to go ahead and put in the subframe. And I know I don't have to go that far to put the subframe in, but while I got the car this high up, I'm just going to take advantage of it and get, like I said, about halfway down there. So and then I'm going to paint this with some, and I'll show you the product I'm going to use, but it's a Duplicolor rubberized undercoating, and it should look really good under here when I'm done. So this is nothing but wire wheeling and kind of some elbow grease and cleaning, so I'm not going to film a lot of this, but I will show you guys what it looks like after. All right, so I am underneath the car, and just to give you an orientation, you can see, if you look off there, you can see the back tires. So this is the front of the car. This is the part that I've been wire wheeling down, and not exaggerating, a couple hours, at least 2.5 hours of wire wheeling just to do this front part. And then I sprayed it with this rubberized undercoating, 2 coats, and I mean, I just think it looks so good. There's Jake. You can hear him breathing in the background, but check that out. Compared to how it looked, I mean, that is just awesome. And that rubberized undercoating really, really went on thick. And I even did 2 coats, and just looks great. All right, so I literally just sat down, pressed the record button on the camera, and Jake came and laid right there. But what I wanted to show you was this. This is what I used underneath. It's a Duplicolor Professional Undercoat Sound Eliminator, and the sound eliminator adds a little bit of expense to this. I got this at O'Reilly's, and these were about, I don't know, $7.50, $8 a can. If you don't get the sound eliminator on it, I think you can get these for about $5.50 to $6 a can. But paintable, rubberized, corrosion-proof, and quick dry. And so far, I can attest to quick dry because it did dry pretty quick. And just that little section of the underneath of the car, I'd say that's probably, I don't know, 35% of the underneath of the car. I used 2 of these cans, so they're big cans, but they don't go as far as you think they're going to go, and this stuff goes on super, super thick. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with it, and I really, really like it. So that's a lot done, but encouraging that I got it done, discouraging because I see how much more of the underside I have to do. And I can tell you that I didn't mind the firewall at all. I did that, I wire wheeled it. I got filthy doing the firewall, and I made a mess in the basement, but all that cleaned up. No problems. But underneath the car and wire wheeling the bottom of that car down, and this car is clean. I mean, I have not found any rust or anything like that, just dirt that you're knocking off there, grease. It's challenging to do. It's no fun being under the car to start with, and then wire wheeling it down. It's just some awkward angles, and you're holding your angle grinder up above your head, and there's not much fun about it. So the part that I did do and the undercoating that I put on, that Duplicolor undercoating, I'm really impressed with that. I think that looks great. It's clean, and I did enough, actually did more than I needed to do to get the subframe back in. But again, looking under that, in that drive shaft tunnel all the way down to the rear end where the gas tank goes, I know I have another couple hours, 2-3 hours of work minimum to do to get the rest of the underneath of the car cleaned. So overall, I am very happy with the progress that I made, and this allows me to move to the next step for me. And the next step for me is putting that subframe in. Super excited about that step. So appreciate you guys tuning in, checking this video out. Thank you for your support of the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.